In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use the Divi Builder Post Navigation module. This module automatically creates a link to the next and previous post based on the order in which your posts have been published. This is a pretty standard part of most WordPress websites, so you may be familiar with these links as they typically appear at the bottom of a post. But since we've turned it into a Divi Builder module, you now have full control over where those links are placed if you happen to be using the Divi Builder to create your blog post. So here's a post that I created with the Divi Builder, and just to keep things simple, I'm going to add that post navigation module to the very bottom of the post so that when people are done reading, they get greeted with a link to the previous and next post. And why this is useful is because it encourages more user engagement. They are now encouraged to continue to view more posts on your blog, which is great for you and for them. So heading back over to our Divi Builder, I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom, and like I said, I'm going to add that module as the last module on the page. So I'm going to click the Insert Modules link here and look for that Post Navigation module. So here it is. I'm going to select Post Navigation, and this will bring you into the module settings. And as with every Divi Builder module, these settings are broken up into 3 tabs: General Settings, Advanced Design Settings, and Custom CSS. As a general rule of thumb, everything you need to build a really great website can be found in the General Settings tab. But if you want to venture into the Advanced Design Settings tab, then you can have increased control over the appearance of that module. So there's a lot of additional settings here that allow you to adjust basically every part of the module. You can adjust fonts, sizes, colors, spacing, all that great stuff. And if you happen to be a CSS savvy developer, you can also hop over to the Custom CSS tab and adjust the design yourself using your own CSS rules. You can assign CSS IDs and classes, or you can type in custom CSS to affect any individual element of this particular module. Now we have some great tutorials that go over these 2 additional tabs, but in this tutorial I'm just going to focus on the General Settings tab. So I'm going to hop back over to the General Settings, and I'm going to go over each of these in a little bit more detail, and then we're going to publish the page and I'll show you what the Post Navigation module looks like. So first up is the In-Same category. This option, when enabled, will limit the links that are generated to posts that are in the current category of the post you're viewing. So if someone's viewing a post in your design category on your blog and they scroll down to the bottom, the links they see for next and previous posts will only link them to other posts in the design category. And this is great if enabled, especially if you have a pretty big blog with a lot of posts, because it will serve content to your visitors that is more relevant to them. So if you have a bunch of different, diverse categories on your blog, and someone reading the design post scrolls down to the bottom and gets links to things that are completely unrelated to them and their interests, based on what we know about them, which is that they are currently interested in the current post they're viewing, well, that can, maybe not encourage the clicks as much as if those posts were relevant to them. And so if you enable this, like I said, those posts, links that are generated will only be created for posts in the same category as the post that is currently being viewed. Now, by default, Divi comes with a couple different post types, which are projects and regular blog posts. But we added a field here to add support for other custom post types as well. So if you have some plugin that is registering a different post type, for example, WooCommerce registers a product post type. So if you happen to be placing this module on a product in your shop, you might want to limit the next and previous post links to other products. It would be quite confusing to users if they were viewing your store and they scrolled down to the bottom of a product and got a next product link that led to a blog post. So in that case, you can enable the in-same category, and if you're using a custom taxonomy like products, then you can type in that taxonomy name like that. In this case, we're just using posts, so I don't need to do that. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to disable this option. Next up, we have the ability to hide and show either the previous or next post links. For whatever reason, you only want to create a next post link and you want to hide the previous post link, well, then you could disable the previous post link and keep the next post link enabled, and vice versa. Next up, we have the previous and next link text options, which allows you to adjust the text that is used in the links themselves. By default, it'll just say previous post and next post, but if you want to change that, you can do so. Which kind of would make sense, for example, if we were using this on a product page and we wanted to say next product and previous product, well, then you could adjust that here. Finally, we have the two options that are available to every module, which is the disable option, which allows you to disable and enable the module on specific breakpoints. So, for example, if you want this module to appear on visitors, appear for visitors that are on their desktop computers, but not to appear for visitors that are using mobile devices, well, you could disable phone and tablet and leave the desktop enabled. And then we have the admin label option, which adjusts the name of the module within the Divi Builder interface, which allows you to more easily identify particular modules on the page, especially if you have multiple modules of the same type. And if at any time you want to get a preview of what you're working with here, you can click the preview icon down here, and then you can see what we've created here. And as you can see here, the post navigation links aren't showing up so well because this section happens to have a colored background. And so I think I'm probably going to adjust that a bit. I'm going to save and exit, and I'm going to add a new section down here and separate that post navigation module. And you can also preview things by right-clicking. So if I want to get another preview again, I can right-click. Whenever you preview a module, it displays the module along with the rest of the content in the parent section. So here we have our previous and next post links, and they're looking fine. So I'm going to publish the page, and then take a look at what that looks like on the front end. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see that next and previous posts. Now, just to hop back in here and give you a really brief overview of those additional tabs. If you do want to adjust the advanced design settings, there's really so much you can do here. You can customize absolutely everything. And so I really encourage you to play with these settings. For example, if we wanted to adjust the link color, maybe we want to make the link blue instead of the default accent color, which happens to be green for this website. You can do that. You can bump up the font size a little bit, maybe make it bold and uppercase and change the font too. And you can take a preview here. As you can see, well, we've made the text a different font, a different color, bigger. This shows up really nicely. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do here. So be sure to check out those settings. And I'm just going to save, and one more time, take a look at our adjusted module on the front end. Scroll down to the bottom, and there we go. It's looking really great. People who scroll down to the page are definitely going to see that and be encouraged to continue to browse our blog. And that is a basic overview of the post navigation module.